1, I'll be reading Mother's line, and okay, I'll be reading Carmen's line rather because she has less conversation, and you'll be reading Mother's line.
Okay.
Okay, then you will start. Yes, Mother's part.
Carmen part. Okay. Carmen, why did you turn on that TV
But
again? You
mom,
must
this is
enough
a
for
good
today.
show.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
I
And
Okay, number 2.
huh?
I blank it.
I can't stand
Just
it.
sit down a minute. Take a look at this, mom. It's funny.
Uh, okay. These programs are getting worse and worse. Turn it off.
Just 10
Now,
minutes
it's
more.
time to do
Just
your
10 more
homework.
minutes.
We should we should just get rid of that stupid
Okay, very
TV thing.
good. So all of your answers are correct, of course. Okay, so we were able to use idioms in our in the dialogue there. So,
It's like can't stand like
yes, I
similar as
can't
like
handle
can't
it. I
handle
can't
it.
stand it.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll proceed to the next story.
Red in the face.
Okay, so could you please start now?
Okay.
Mm,
Vancouver, Canada. A woman is taking a ferry from Vancouver to Victoria. She leaves her car to the deck. She sits down. Beside her in a chair are her newspapers and candy bar. A man in the next chair picks up the candy bar and eats it. Then he takes the paper and walks off. the Wait, this is inside her car.
She leaves her car and go to the deck. Uh, do you know the
What's that?
bench or a place where you can sit down?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Sit.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a deck. Okay. Then he takes the paper and walks off. The woman is too shocked to speak. Later, she goes to the cafeteria. She sees the man at the table eating a sandwich. Still angry, she grabs his sandwich and takes a bite without saying a word. She goes back to her car. On the seat are her newspaper and candy bar. She never took them out of the car. She's really red
Okay.
in the face.
So did you understand it?
Like, so she revenged
Mm-hmm.
and she came to her car and there was newspaper and candy bar, which I infer that the man put the
Okay,
candy
so the
bar
woman is
in
taking a
her car.
ferry from Vancouver
Is it?
to Victoria. So she left her car and then she go to the deck. So she sits down, and beside her,
Yeah.
in a chair are her newspaper and candy bar, but she didn't know that those newspaper and candy bar are not hers. So there is a man that's sitting next to her that
Ah.
picks up the candy bar and eats it. And then he takes the newspaper and walks away.
Yeah.
So the woman is too shocked.
But
Yeah.
uh but like she will like like remember that she didn't
When
take
she
a candy bar
goes back
from her
to
car.
her car, there she found that her candy bar and the newspaper is still there. She never took them out of the car.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm like kind of I think this story is not that realistic because like I think she should remember the newspaper and candy bar because you sat down like she sat down at the bench
Maybe
without
the candy
anything,
bar in
but
the
why
newspaper
was
look
she confused?
exactly the same as the candy bar and the newspaper that she have. So maybe she is having a problem
Oh,
that she's not focused on something that she's doing. Yeah, so she was red in the face.
yeah. She she should
Yeah,
be
so
like
that's
really
why
like
embarrassed
embarrassed.
means red on the face. Yeah. When
Rested.
she realized that, oh my gosh, why did she grab the sandwich and takes a bite of it without saying a word?
Yeah. Yeah, she's like better than me. But obviously she didn't know. But like but even though that was
Uh-huh.
like the
Mm-hmm.
her thing, her candy bar, like
Oh,
I would
yes,
just
for
let it go.
you. But maybe that lady is, maybe she wants to take a revenge and wanted to show to that man that, oh my gosh, I'm going to do what you did to my candy bar.
But like but sandwich and candy bar their price are different. Like candy bar is really cheap and
Yeah,
sandwich is expensive.
that's right. Okay, so anyways, please read now the new idioms and expressions.
Okay. Be red in the face, be embarrassed. Take a ferry, go by ferry, bus, train, plane. Sit down, sit, be seated. Pick something up, take or lifting something off the floor or chair, etc. Walk up, off. Walk away, walk in the other direction. Go go back to a place, return to a place. Take something out, remove something from a place.
Okay. So, do you have questions about the idioms here? Do you have questions about the idioms?
Huh?
Okay. So, since you don't have
Myself, no.
questions, I'll just have to ask you to make sentences using some of the idioms here. Could you please make a sentence using the word or the idiom be red in the face?
Uh, the moment she realized that the candy bar was not hers, she
Oh,
was
very good
really
sentence.
red in the
And how
face.
about the word or the idiom walk off?
I should just
Hold on.
walk
Pardon?
off from you. I should
Why would you walk
just
off
walk
from
off
me?
from you.
Okay, next one
I
is take something out. Mm-hmm.
take, take
Yes, take
something
something
out.
out.
Take something out. Mm, I want to take some. I want to take my TV. Can I change the something to the
Yes.
object? I should take my I should take
Okay, please say I
TV
should take
out
the
of
TV
my
out
house.
of my house.
Yeah.
Because if there's no article that, there's no specific thing that you have to take out. So you should have to say, I should have to take the TV out of my house. Out of TV out of my house. Okay. Why? You don't like watching TV anymore?
No, I'm just saying.
Okay.
I like
All right,
TV
and the
also.
next one, so open your book now to page 7. Mm-hmm.
Page 11. Oh, page 11.
Yes.
Oh, page 7. Yep, I'm in the.
Page 7 of your book. Okay, so now tell me the story
Mhm.
by just looking at the pictures there.
Okay. Oh, like uh, she like
Mm-hmm.
on the first picture, like she leaves her car like on the car, what do you call that, car parking place, and she went to the deck leaving her car, and in picture 3 a man sits beside her and just take the candy bar and eats it. In the fourth picture, like the woman is like so angry that she thinks that the man ate
Mm-hmm.
her candy bar and took the newspaper. So she wanted to revenge. So she ate his
It's okay.
candy bar. I mean sandwich. And it turns out that the candy bar and the
Okay.
newspaper wasn't hers.
When did she find that out? That the candy bar and the newspaper wasn't hers?
When
Yes.
she got back to her
Oh
car.
my. All right, so next one is you have to match. Okay, do the matching part. Cover page 6. Match a definition in column A to the idiom in column B. Okay, number 1, walk in the other direction. So the answer is walk off. How about in letter B? Be embarrassed. That's right.
Number 2, be red in the face.
Next. Okay. What's the
Return
meaning of it?
someplace. Uh,
Yes, go back.
go back. Remove, take out, and
Very
take
good.
from the
All right.
floor.
So
Pick up.
all of your answers are correct. So next one is open your book to page 8. Okay, yeah, you're going to answer the questions there
Okay.
about the story. Okay, so how is the woman getting to Victoria?
She is getting by
Okay.
the
And
car.
where does she sit down? All right.
On the
What is
back.
beside her? All right, good.
The candy bar and the
What does the
newspaper.
man in the next chair do with the candy bar? Okay.
He just takes it and
All right, that's
eats
correct.
the candy bar.
What does the man in the next chair do with... sorry, please read the next question. What does...
What does the
Mhm.
what does he do then?
That refers to the man.
He like he then walked away with grabbing the candy bar and
Okay.
the
But here in letter
newspaper.
E, what does he do then? It's the man. Because in letter D, what does the man in the next chair do with the candy bar? So he eats it, right? Or he took a bite. And after that, what does he do?
Yeah. Then he
What does he do with
like went to the
Okay, yeah, that's right.
cafeteria and
And
eat
next
sandwich.
question.
Why does a woman take a bite of the man's sandwich? Because she wanted to revenge that she thought that the man ate her candy bar and also took the newspaper
Okay.
that was like hers. So she wanted to
All
revenge, so
right. Yes,
she
that's correct.
took a bite.
And why is she red? Okay, letter G, what happens when she goes back to her car?
She realized that the candy bar and the newspaper
Yes.
was
So why
was
is
there
she red on the face?
because she thought the candy bar
Mm-hmm.
was like hers, and it turned out that it wasn't hers. It was his own candy bar and
Oh
own
my gosh. I could
newspaper.
imagine how she felt after that.
Yeah, she would have. Yeah, she should have felt really
Yeah, and I think she wouldn't
shame on herself.
see, or I think she's going to avoid seeing that man again.
Yeah,
Sorry, yeah,
maybe
she
she
has to
should say
apologize.
sorry, like
Absolutely. So
apologize.
this time, how about you, Tony? Do you often take a bus, a train, or taxi, or a ferry? Okay.
On ferry, including like car. Well, what ferry like includes like car and plane and
Ferry is
is it
like a
or
small
is ferry
boat. Uh, it's bigger than a boat, but it's smaller than a ship.
boat?
Okay, you're taking a
Oh, then
car.
I'm car. But they like and it said
Yeah, so
bus
you
or
have to
train,
choose
taxi
there.
or ferry.
Which form
There's
of
no car.
transportation
Maybe
do you always take? Bus, okay. So tell about a time
bus.
when you were red in the face.
Uh, I have to think. Uh, oh, like
Mm-hmm.
in New Zealand, like in the school, it was assembly, so we were all quiet.
Mm-hmm.
But my friend said he was cold, and I had a jumper, and I was done wearing it, I like
Mm-hmm.
put it to warm my legs. So he like kind of like we kind of like
Mm-hmm.
tried to like share the jumper, and the principal like stared at me, and so because like the situation was when principal stares at one person like really for quite a long time, like all the students
Mm-hmm.
there
Yes.
stares at the person, and everyone stared at me and my friend. So like
Okay.
I got really
So,
upset.
what do you think is the conclusion of that principle? What do you think is the conclusion of the
Huh?
principle?
The like I think he will be very like
Okay. All
disappointed.
right. So, letter K now. Do you sit down or stand up most of the day?
uh, sit down because in Korea, like when teaching, we usually study with sitting down, and most of the time on the day, like my
Mm-hmm.
time is spent on school, and also when I get back, I don't understand and do something
Mm,
like I just sit down and have rest. So I
okay.
usually
All
sit down
right. So,
there.
next one is what time do you usually go back to your house or to your apartment?
And like because after school, usually, most of the time I
Mm-hmm.
get on the bus and go home. So the school ends in
Okay.
2:30 p.m. and it's not every day
Mm-hmm.
it's every day except for Wednesday. Wednesday school
Ah,
ends in
1:50 in the afternoon?
1:50.
Oh, it's earlier. Why?
Yeah, 1:50. Yeah, because it's only there's only
Five
five
what?
blocks. There's the I don't know about every Wednesday
Ah, is it
school
because they're
ends earlier.
giving students the chance to be with their family or to do their homework or do something with their classmates?
Mm,
So what do you do if your school ends earlier?
for me, I after school I have uh after school we had the
Mm,
ping pong club. So I wait until 4 p.m. and I wait until 3:20 and I do ping pong. And at like the ping pong ends in 4:40 p.m. So like my dad will pick me up. So when I go back to home, it'll be like five or
oh, so
five
you
ten
still go home late, somewhat late,
p.m.
even though your school ends earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you have to complete the sentences that you write about yourself. Complete the sentences writing something true about yourself. Okay, letter A. Why?
I sometimes take a bus. I sometimes take a bus to
Okay, good.
home. My favorite place to sit down is
All right.
sofa. I want to go back to uh, like younger times because now I have to go to like high school and it will be much harder and yeah.
All right. So next is, of course, we're not gonna do the dictation part in there because you did that already when you tell a story, when you told a story about by just referring to the pictures. Okay, so this one is you have to complete the story on page 9 of your book. So read the true story. This is actually a true story according to the book. So fill in the blanks with idioms from the box. Okay, the same idioms, but a different kind of story. Okay, so could you please read it now?
Hong Kong, China, or Hong Kong.
Mm-hmm.
Here, this is true story.
Yes.
Is it true story? Hong Kong, China, or Hong Kong.
Salon.
Here, so Ceylon, Salon. Salon is having a special promotion. Come in a free haircut. The sign says. So Hong Kong man and Ji Kun man enters the salon and sits down. The stylist uh picks up his
Takes out.
comb from his pocket. Then it picks up picks
It
the
should be
comb.
takes out
Oh,
because it's from his pocket.
yeah. Takes out his comb from his pocket. Then then he picks up his scissors and begins to cut the man's hair. The stylist is in a hurry and cut very quickly. Suddenly a cool man feels a terrible pain. The stylist cut off part of his right ear. Oh. Cool man has to go to the hospital. Later, Cool man takes the hair stylist to court. He accused him of working at a dangerous speed. The stylist, of course, of course,
What happens to you? How do you feel if you did something wrong? All right.
is red in the face. I thought the red in the face will be at the end because, yeah, usually,
Mm-hmm.
like, we'll go to the end again. And Cool Man is still angry. I'll never go back to this
Salon.
salon.
Okay. I wouldn't go back to that kind of salon too if ever that happens. But I hope not.
He didn't want it to